Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Overton Chatter. Today, I would like to do the recap of SummerHouse, season seven, episode 8. I believe it's titled "Fine as Wine." Okay, the scene starts with all the people that's staying at SummerHouse returning back to the city. Usually, what happens is on the weekends they come out, kick it up on the weekend in the Hamptons. I'm sorry, my mouth is so dry. Okay, what they do is they come party in the Hamptons on the weekends and go back to the city during during the week to work. Then they come back and all summer long they do this for like 3 months. Well, anyway, the scene starts with everybody returning back to the city, and then the city. But before they leave, you see there's some tension between Lindsay and Amanda. Real uncomfortable stuff going on there, and Lindsay approaches Amanda and wants to have a conversation with her back in the city during the week. They need to sit down and talk because their men are best friends and they're just not getting along. Well, anyway, the first thing they show in the city, I believe, is with Gabby, and she's in like a healing spiritual store, and she's purchasing things to open up her heart to love. So he tell her buy a stone and some oil or something that should help her get a man. I don't know. I don't think I want a man. I gotta use oil and get the stone for. I don't know. Um, then the next shot is Paige and Craig, and Paige, is visiting Craig, and they're in a long distance relationship, and I think they've been going together for a little bit more than a year. I think Paige is cute. She looks like a kid to me. I think I just like how she wear her hair. Well, she's just cute too. And I mean, Craig is handsome, but I don't know. He got a little personality things I don't really care for. Well, anyway, she's in a catalog because she wants him to order wallpaper and a new sink for the bathroom. And he don't have a problem with that because he has money. When the show somehow first started, Craig was friends with this group of socialite or elite people, but he was the poorest one in the group, I believe. And so he likes to sew, so he started fucking around with some fabric and baby clothes and just started making shit like monogram little baby onesies. But his big thing is pillows, so he has I think maybe online, I never went to see, but it's a brick and mortar store in Charleston, the city that he lives in. And he got some money, shit. That's all I want to say. I don't know why it took me so long to say it. He got some cheese. So anyway, they're talking about how their relationship is. But this is the funny shit. They want to spend more time together, but they like their lives like it is. She's in New York. He's in South Carolina. They meet up in the SummerHouse. They travel back and forth. I think basically he does the traveling. So I think what they're going to do is get themselves, make space for one another. Excuse me. Now I got the hiccups. He was complaining about, having to travel. That shit suck after a while. So, and having luggage. So I think what they're going to do is just set up house in each other's house and then visit each other that way. And I don't know. Their relationship might last. Everybody can't live together. And now that I'm a little bit older, some shit I just ain't dealing with if I don't have to. I used to be one of those people that I thought that, if you're in a relationship and you guys are in love, that you have to be together, live in the same house, and sleep in the same bed. When you live like that with somebody, that shit can get on your nerves if they snore too loud, if they chew too loud, if they don't never fucking turn the water off. They leave their dishes in the sink and let crusty ass shit run get hard on the food and debris and I don't know, just shit. When you live by yourself, wherever you put that thing down, that's where that thing is when your ass go get it. When you live by yourself and you don't feel like you come home from work and you don't feel like hearing no shit, you don't gotta hear none. When you live by yourself, you don't gotta discuss how your money spent, where the fuck you going, where you been, who was at. I don't know. I will say this. Thank you, Lord, for letting me experience what love feels like. And I'm not being shady about this shit. I mean, for real. It's the marriage is great. Love is great. All that shit. But when you get the wrong mix, the shit is toxic. So anyway, let's get off of them. Anyway, the next thing they show is Leah. No, damn, I call it Leah. Lindsay and Amanda. And Lindsay get to the restaurant or lunch, whatever the fuck they doing. You could just believe whatever they doing, they trust and believe they drinking. It may be lunchtime, but I don't remember them ordering food. I just remember Lindsay getting there before her and not ordering a drink just yet. She was waiting for Amanda, and then Amanda, she just looked scared walking down. I think they showed her walking into the restaurant. She just looked like she was getting ready, had to go to the principal's office or some shit, or she was getting ready to get rid of her sentence for her imprisonment. So anyway, she goes to sit down. I mean, I'm just telling you, Lindsay just looked scared, like, no, she ain't doing that, but she like, she don't even look mad. Because, I'd be looking like, what you want to talk about? What's up? But Amanda's like, fuck that. Anyway, as they're talking, they start talking about this text message because she said something about her being tainting call, and a whole bunch of little stupid shit. And what it boils down to is, of course, Amanda's sorry. Not only is Amanda sorry for the things that she said, she's a little bit scared too. So I believe they ordered drinks, but Lindsay started telling her perspective of how she saw things. You really hurt me, and I hate when women do this shit. I have this really, really hardcore, but in the inside I'm just so mushy. Bitch, who? You better just show your mushiness. Why don't y'all just start off with the mushiness? Fuck the hardcore shit. Start off with the mushiness, but just because you start off with the mushiness don't mean you a sucker. None of that shit just means you're somebody that's nice. Everybody, when they did a What Happens Live segment with a dude that she used to mess with, Austin, or they used to be friends, or I don't know what the fuck's going on now. But Austin, they didn't know, maybe it wasn't that. Fuck it. It was a game or something that they were playing. It was I think within the series, and somebody asked, who would you be afraid to break up with? And everybody in the fucking house that they was fucking with Lindsay, they'd be afraid to break up with her. Yeah, so just saying, Lindsay, you keep talking about how you helping Carl with his sobriety, and I think you like fucking drinking, but you won't drink because he don't drink, but that shit ain't gonna last, dog, because you starting to drink already. What I'm trying to say is Carl is a struggling, recovering alcoholic. I don't know what kind of shit he used to do, but he used to get fucked up, and he don't drink no more. He stopped drinking, and Lindsay liked to drink and party and get messed up. But she did have the same. She could handle her liquor or whatever. But since she's in this relationship, she don't want to trigger her boyfriend. I don't know. She's just doing too much. The reason why I don't think that shit is not going to work has nothing to do with alcohol. The reason why that shit is not going to work is because Lindsay trying to change too much of herself too quick to be with Carl. I think somewhere in her head she got a timeline about babies and all that type of shit. Just don't even worry about Lindsay. Yeah, just be yourself. And you just be yourself. So anyway, Lindsay started crying, and somehow or another they make up and they talk, and so shit is cool now. Okay. Um, I think with them meeting in the middle of the week, the couple of days of the cooling off period will be good for when they get together for the weekend. And then they start, okay, the next scene is Danielle and Danielle's boyfriend. I think, I don't want to say his name, Robert. Danielle's boyfriend, her man, he's a chef and they don't get to see each other that much. Because I believe he said he worked like 80 to 90 hours a week. Mm-mm. I ain't putting up with that shit either. One time when he sleep. Mm-mm. Anyway, they're driving up to the Hamptons together, and she's real excited because I think he knows a couple of the couples. I think he knows Lindsay and Kyle. No, Amanda and Kyle. He knows Lindsay and Carl. And anyway, he's a chef, so he coming up there and he's preparing his dinner, and I'm not joking, that spread looked good as hell. Oh my God, they was grilling. He was just pouring out shit. He had a sous chef, one of the guys, I think his name Adrian, had a sous chef, and they were just doing it. And then the ambiance was really nice because they did it, I believe it was outside, and Danielle bought decoration, and that's how I decorate. I ain't really big on the balloons and shit. Um I like accessories. Just like the shit they had. Baskets, and I always put my bread on and leave it in the plastic and shit like that. You put it in a nice little wicker. I got a little with me. Okay, so anyway, everybody started arriving to the house. They're getting dressed in their own individual rooms, and who's not upstairs is downstairs helping get a table set. And everybody seems to be having fun. So they all sitting at the table, and but before the scene where they all sit at the table, I believe it's Paige, Amanda, and Sierra, and they saying, "Hey, how was it? How did lunch go with you and Lindsay, Amanda, back up in the city?" And she's like, "Okay, well, that shit is squashed, but that shit ain't really squashed. I mean, that situation is squashed, but I think sometimes some people just don't mesh. You know what I'm saying? You cool, but you ain't. But we can still, you know, it's called, I don't even want to say tolerate, because I would hate to think somebody tolerates me. Damn, that's kind of painful. How would I say it? It just ain't, that ain't them. They ain't gonna be like that. Like, they ain't gonna be each other's bridesmaids and shit. Well, that's obvious because Amanda already married. They're gonna get along as long as them two men together. If the relationship between the husbands, between Carl and Kyle, ever just disseminate, so will their shit. That's all I'm saying. They holding on. Their shit is holding on by association. Their relationship is by association, because I don't think they really like each other. And that's cool, because you ain't gotta like everybody, because everybody don't like you. Let's just keep it real. Okay, so anyway, they all down at the table, and because Paige is moving, considering what her relationship is like with Craig, she asked a question. When you guys, since we all are kind of coupled up now, and you live together, what's the shit they do to get on your nerve the most? And when the man out loud one called Breathe, I thought that was cute. And that shit between Danielle and her man, that shit ain't look culture, because it looked like he tried to lean in to say something. She said, "Don't try this shit now. Oh, don't be nice now." But I don't know what for their relationship, he worked too much, and that shit ain't gonna work. And the reason why that shit ain't gonna work, because even after they went out and they party, and she know that they don't spend time together, and even though he was able to get away this weekend and go there and spend time with her friends, and make dinner and shit, and party with her, when they got home, and he know he don't spend no time with her. You think he took his ass to bed? Nope. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. He was there downstairs dancing and shit. And what was she doing? Still begging to spend time with him. She was texting him on his phone. But his phone was on the counter. I think they was playing music, but whatever it is, you know, when they come home from clubbing, they be downstairs making noise. And that one they called, he just started running around trying to find chips and shit to eat. He be standing in the middle of the kitchen eating chips, standing in the bedroom eating chips. But trust and believe, when he come home, he gonna get him a snack. So you couldn't hear anything. So she was just texting him, telling him to come to bed. That shit ain't gonna last. And then I will say this, Daniel, you want your man to go to bed and you text him and he ain't come, get your ass up and go get that motherfucker, because that's what I do. I want to text you a couple times, you don't answer, okay, look, fuck this. Hey. There you go. So anyway, sometime during the night, Gabby, I think it's, yeah, Gabby pulls Danielle to the side, and she's like, I like, I like Sierra, but it's like she don't want to fuck with me. She ain't, you know, I'm having a hard time opening up to her. And Danielle, tell her don't worry about it, you know, that Gabby is hard to warm up to. Apparently, she's another one of those, the hard exterior but mushy in the inside. And ain't nothing wrong with that, because what I usually find out is that people that present that, not aggressiveness, but that, you know, don't fuck with me, or get little looks when you talk, they wear what they feeling on their face. But they are protected, because once you become friends with them, you're friends with them for life. And I used to be the same way, aggressive on sight. Like, I don't know, I used to think you had to earn my friendship and shit. But then one day, I don't know, I was sitting around the car, I was like, who are you? And I was like, what you mean? I'm a good friend. But I ain't had no friends, because you had to get past all that hard shit to see the soft shit. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, Danielle tells us not to worry about it. And so Danielle, of course, takes this information to Sierra about Gabby, saying Gabby is trying to approach you. And that's why I really say I like Gabby, because Gabby said, you know, I mean, she cool, but she fake. So, you know, I can say this to her and what's up, like surface shit, but that's what she give me, surface. I give you what you give me. And she said she just, you know, and I don't know what it is about Gabby. I do know this, that night that they all went out, she had a bad, Gabby had a badass black dress on. It was real low cut in the back, like sitting, like the hem of the back of the curve was sitting right on the tip of the crack of her ass. That's how low cut it was, but she wore it well. I like what Danielle had on. I like, let me see what else. I like what Danielle had on. I like what Paige was wearing. I like what Sierra was wearing. And I'm talking about when they went to the club, when they actually went out. So anyway, but before that scene that I'm going out wearing these badass clothes, I done messed my order up. Anyway, I'm just gonna talk off the cuff shit. Oh, this is the thing I want to talk about. When they was at lunch at the vineyard, where making your own wine, they was all sitting at the table, and I don't know who threw the question about what's the weirdest, that was, no, it was Kyle, and he was talking about orgasm, and orgasm, and he was talking about, what's your easiest or nastiest, something along that line. And he was saying how he was dry humping on this girl from high school, and it happened with him. And then Sam said somebody spit in her mouth. I was like, I mean, you be tongue kissing, but I don't know, spitting in my mouth. I don't know. You might would have got fucked up on that one, dog. I don't know, but it grossed enough people out, so I didn't think anything was wrong with me. And then the girls go out. It's a night all the girls go out and the boys stay home because they outnumbered. They say they outnumbered that they like having Daniel's boyfriend there that weekend because, it has more testosterone. So anyway, the dudes are home. And what the fuck is up with hazing? Y'all always doing some old bullshit. Hazing. And I ain't prejudiced. I love everybody. I don't care what color your skin is. If you're a fucking asshole, you're a fucking asshole. You can be multicolored. It don't even matter. But I was in college. I've been to school quite a few times to learn different things. And I don't never see like black people doing no hazing now unless we're trying to join a sorority. And these motherfuckers ain't in no sorority. They old. So anyway, they hazed. What's the dude's name? Damn, what's his name? Anyway, the only motherfucker they hazing. So anyway, they hazed him by, he got a drink out of like a beer funnel, but it's a real out the ass of a American looking pigeon shaped funnel. Like I'm saying, dumb shit. Then after they do, they take this big ass wooden paddle, but it's like the paddle. It's like the meat board cutter, but with the handle, for onions and shit. And I believe they hit him, and I'm like, y'all play too goddamn much. I don't know, maybe it's just too much hazing because it was hazing the Real Housewives of New Jersey, and then this spanking, and it's just too much. I think it's just too much. And it look painful, and y'all too old for that shit. Your skin at 19 ain't the same as it is at 35, 25. And then I'm a grown-ass man. Nobody gonna spank me on my ass. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not a man. I'm a grown-ass woman. Ain't nobody fit me in my ass. That's just all I'm saying. Okay, so anyway, they talking about that nasty shit at lunch. And they making that wine. And like I said, Danielle, that's when Danielle talks to... That's when, and it's during this event where Danielle talks to Sierra about Gabby and Sam that, they want to get close to her. And, like I said, I like Sierra. She was like, yo, fuck it, Sam, she talk too much. She just don't stop. You can't get a word edgewise. And then she ain't really talking about nothing that's interesting. And you can still see she's trying to find herself. And she said, I left finding myself back like 4 or 5 years ago. She elementary, and then like I said, the other one, she pretentious as fuck. But Gabby can't help it. Sierra thinks that Gabby's putting on airs because she's proper. She don't really. I don't know. She just think what she think about her, and she don't think very much. She don't hate her, but she ain't nobody she trying to rock with in the city. She says she's just too false to her. But I'm saying for me, I don't think Gabby is being fake. I really think Gabby is really how Gabby is. And the reason why I think that, because one of the episodes, she met up with her sister. Them bitches played tennis like Venus and Serena Williams. One of the scenes would meet the sister. The sister is they meeting up is one of they came back to the city for the week. And some of the girls at the house met up with each other to play tennis. Danielle met up with them to play tennis. Danielle wasn't shit. She must know they could play well. This bitch went bought her whole new outfit, a tennis outfit. And That's when the sister was communicating. When the sisters were communicating, you can tell by their speech, the way they talk. She sounds just as out of range as the other one, but it's because that's their life structure. That's where they've been. It's like me. What if I met a woman who grew up and her parents were a billionaire and my parents was the poor working class? When we in the room together, what the fuck me and her gonna talk about? She gonna seem pretentious to me because I don't fuck with people in her circle. And then I'm gonna look exactly like I looked at her because that's exactly what I am. I don't speak well. I say what I want to say. I'm not, I don't know. It's like the difference. She'd be fucking lost in the Dollar Tree. I'm just saying, it's like oil and water. I don't know. That's how I see it. So anyway, the ladies are spending time together. I don't know. This episode was kind of, I don't know. I didn't really see the point of it. I don't know. It's like, I think it probably was a filler. Is that what they call them? Fillers? I don't know. I think they were fillers. But it's cool that everybody in the house is getting along so far. But, you know, you can see the cracks. That shit with Lindsay and Colin. The men always seem to get along fine. So, with that, I don't know. I ain't talking about nothing, so I better get on before I get spit on. I hate to do that shit. I'm like hanging around. I don't feel like this was a really good recap. I mean, but only given for the information for the episode that I saw. So I'm gonna get out of here. But like or dislike this commentary, leave a comment, self-improvement, anything to make the channel better. It's our community. So you could have been anywhere, but you're here with me, and I'm thankful for that. You have a good one. Bye.